Hello everyone. So today we got a quick game between me and CoolUmbrella. The two builds we'll be looking at today and see how they do. Pause this game real quick. So Umbrella is bringing Skaven as a faction and bringing a rather cool unit here, the Thing. We'll see if it carries in the victory. Some people think it's a rather bad unit, which I would rather agree with. We got the Igazabzat, Rattling Guns, and two Rat Ogres to help give some mass to this army. On my side, I went for more of a rush strategy, as Umbrella went for more of a defensive one. Where my idea will be trying to shut down the range and get my Croxagores onto his range and onto his Rat Ogres for a better trade. Anyway, let's get started here. So to begin up, I'm going to move the army forward to start advancing on him. Because Zap's going to be shooting my Croxagores, getting them rather wounded before the battle starts. And as we get going here, Thing's just doing a little dance, getting ready for some blood on its hands. Another shot to do some more damage to them. Keep my lord kind of in the back, keep him out of the range of the cannon for now. Until he gets up here, we won't have any really healing for my army. Here we go. Here goes the first engagement. I'm just starting to get my Ripidactyls around the flanks to get ready to dive on them on the range, and anything else I can just quickly get a break and then use my Velociraptors to hunt them down in the backfield. So we start here, front lines are colliding. Should be a rather good trade for Skinks. Skinks are just better in melee altogether. Got some Gatling guns shooting my Pterodons as they try to advance in and maneuver around. Got another one coming in from the flank as the Gatling guns are focused on the one. I'm just trying to get us surrounded with my Cav so I can chase off any fleeing units as my Skinks try to bunker bust through the front line to help the Ripidactyls in the back once the Rat Ogres dive. A nice cast of Howling Warpgill here to stop my units from landing and get free shots with them. But as that's happening, my Ripidactyls are coming in the backfield and trying to shut down whatever they can get a hold of. Miscontrol on my part, kind of letting my Cav get charged freely here. Trying not to let that happen. But the front line has started to break, so we can sort of get our Skinks and Croxagores in here to help support the Ripidactyls and get through some of the Croxagores. As the Thing just stands there menacingly, watching it all happen. And we'll see if the Skaven can survive our little onslaught here. The blob starts to form. It should go in our favor. We have healing, they don't. And their range has been mostly compromised. We'll see if the Thing has anything to say about that. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, here he is. Look at this. Look at this guy. He's getting us some Croxagore kills here. But, ooh, what is this? Let's see. Another cast of Howling Warpgill. So units can't flee and retreat as they're getting rather clobbered in the blob that's forming. My bad, I accidentally let some Rattling guns get down here. You really need to make sure you try to just chase everything off. And there's one spell that really punishes blobs that it has, and it's called Cleansing Ruin. So really, you should be trying to avoid blobbing in most as you can. You don't look too excited here and just wanting to get everything in, get damage in. But that will come back to haunt me a little. It's going to cost me to get extra damage I shouldn't really need to be taking. Right now, it's mostly just me trying to clean up anything I can get a hold of as this blob just continues to grind. If you're trying to have some words about that. Most of Skaven's units just break and run away, as Skaven are not known for their leadership. And nothing too crazy. A Cleansing Ruin cast here going to do some pretty good damage to my Ripidactyls and everything here. Like I was saying, definitely don't want to blob with that. But the thing is grinding through, and he's not really taking much damage, which is a problem. Which is one thing this build was not very well thought about, was how to kill a thing. It's such a really uncommon fit most of the times. But as Skaven try to reform their blob, getting Icket in here to provide his buffs and leadership, Red Ogres charge back in, trying just to get breaks off on my units. I also made another mistake here. You do not want to charge the Slon in. It just gives the opponent extra damage on him. It's an easy way to throw the game is losing your lord rather quickly. but we'll see what happens. More just chasing routing units and rallying units coming back for him as the blob does begin to form. Cast Shield of the Old Ones to give leadership and damage resist, but we'll see. Grind isn't looking the best here, actually. It's starting to kind of turn against us. Most of our units are taking a lot of damage just from spears, rat ogres, and the thinking clobbering them. And this game is having a pretty big resurgence back there. All their units are coming back and starting to rejoin the fight. So we'll see if it works out or not. Dactyls just rallying. Should really be picking off these rat ogres. Don't want them to come back, and I have the tools to do so. So something I will have to look into is making sure I chase the routing units off. But the Skaven are looking strong with this new blob forming. Ikit is no pushover in melee. Neither is a Thinking, which still hasn't taken much damage and is bumping and grinding through this. Because it does have regeneration too, making it a little tankier and a little harder to kill. 690 value. Not great for a monster that should be good at this scenario, but it's surviving. These units just started coming back and route off again, but Ikit has taken a pretty good amount of damage, a good beating. Still has plenty of spears though to help in this blob, and that's the one thing I'm really missing here is I don't have a lot of infantry to stack my Coxagors. So Coxagors are taking a lot of damage just from these clan rats, which really shouldn't be happening. I should have just chased off routing units and then came back to this and picked it apart. But things we learn. Another cleansing rune, I imagine, is to really punish this blob of my end. Another reason you don't want a blob, especially when you know they have spells like this. We'll see if it works out against me. I was blobbing. Some more clan rats are just rejoining the fight as I try to heal everyone up from that damage and just keep them in the fight with the Shield of the Old Ones getting thrown on top of it. Adding more leadership and more damage resistance, really trying to get through this grind, but it's not looking good. The Ikit thing is still grinding through here, not really taking much damage, and at this point there really isn't a lot to kill it. Mostly you're just going to get its leadership to go, but it's sturdy, it's holding. Same with Ikit. Ikit's being a menace, and this blob just casting cleansing ruins and doing his thing. We look at the battlefield, got some Coxsquares coming back, pterodactyls are routing, more units in the distance just trying to chase some things off, but this is where the main fight's happening, where the game will just be decided. This was a really big mistake, is my my salon was left isolated, and I was taking a beating from the thing. Let's check on its value. So 1,294. Not completely sure on that unit's price. I think it's around 2,020. It still hasn't came close to paying for itself, but it has been holding and doing some damage, so it's been doing pretty good this game. As it isn't looking the best, as my Coxagors are pretty beaten up. I have some just more littered units around here that really won't survive much of a melee fight. But we'll see. More routing ogres just routing. Spear's trying to come back to help support. Ikit is starting to take some damage, and if we can get Ikit off, it would probably put us ahead in the game and give us an avenue of victory here. Really need to get Ikit though. Let's see how much. They should take some good hits, I'd imagine, from the Coxagors. There you go. There's a little bit of a tick, but not as much as I was kind of hoping for. My slot is kind of getting beaten up by this thing here as he pops his ability, Fluid Injection, making him an absolute beast. Check on his value. Yeah, it's definitely getting there. After finding his right target, he's getting the work done that needs to be done. And this is really giving him an edge. He's getting rid of my Slom like this. Another cleansing room just to punish this blob even more. But Ikit is starting to get a little low. Leadership's starting to tank, and if we can get him off, that's our avenue of victory here. But a little bit of a mistake on my part. He slips away. Should have been more on top of him with that, making sure he was blocked in, couldn't get out. But my Slon is getting danger low, and that is, if the Slon dies, it's pretty much game over. You can see I try to push him through my own Coxagors to add some mass so Ikit can't chase him down on the hell pit. But I'm not doing the greatest job as Ikit is trying to find his way out. It's a very close one right now, because as long as we can get Ikit, it's game over for him. But the Slon is not looking good. If we lose the Slon, it's GG's, folks. GG's. Oh no, and there goes Icket. Hunt him down as Proxigor's routed off and gave him an avenue to get through. And Icket, not the best melee combatant, but he will take some health off the Slon, leaving some Addlers to even join him now in the fight. Slon is getting really low, and if that Slon dies, it's game over, because all these units are so tired, their leadership will not hold up if that Slon dies. Trying to bail him out with what I can, but there really isn't a lot to catch up to him and keep him held down. And that will probably be the death of my mage priest here. And with that, the game will probably come to a close, as I really have nothing left to kill the thing, and it will just be a menace on his will. With 89 health, still regenerating 2, and about paid for himself. So in this game, if you do not have the right things to kill the thing, it can be a pain to get rid of. With its nice melee stats, nice melee defense, and really hard for if you don't have another skill entity or something to shoot it to kill. Pretty cool too, as it's not really a unit you see very much, and it actually is succeeding as it bumps and grinds on him. Let's look good close in at this. Oh yeah, that's still pushing a little bit, but it is doing damage. 78 HP, and he will soon fall as I try to get my units to chase down Icket to try to buffer him, but at this point it's too late and he dies. And then with that, it causes army losses to kick in and everything mass routes. GG's. Right, now back to the end screen to see how much value the thing got. 2,368. Just barely paying for itself, but still had lots of HP and was just there, and we really couldn't kill it, which costed us the game in a good ways. Icket being a menace on his will and just casting cleansing runes and really punished blobs. Zap Zap doing alright, but it was shut down pretty early, which was the game plan. Rattling Guns did pretty good. The rest of this just grinded it out a little bit, gave some support to buffer with. These got shut down early. Their goal was to shoot Ripper Dactyls. They did a little bit, but they got shut down pretty quick. Skaven Slaves and Skaven Slave Spears just hold down the line for a little bit, give a little bit of buffering room for the range and for the help it to do its thing. For me, Slon doesn't do a lot, which you don't expect it to. You just expect it to heal up your army and give buffs, like shield the old ones. Ripper Dactyls, some of them did good, some of them did bad. A little bit of mismicroing on here, so definitely don't let them get caught up in getting too much melee. You kind of want them just to hit and run. Which these two got good value. Coxigors got good value. Cold ones kind of did what they needed to do, just chase routing units, and then the Skink Line just did what it needed to do for the most part. It just came down to we couldn't kill the Helped Abomination in the end, causing us to lose the game, folks. Alright, signing off, subscribe, we'll see you next time.